Viewers, this Diwali, perhaps more than the diyas we will light, is India's economy that is glittering. The world's top financial institutions are betting big on brand Modi. The IMF has just raised India's GDP forecast even as India faces US tariffs. The IMF raises India's GDP forecast to 6.6% for 2025-26 from 6.4%. The IMF upgrade comes despite punitive tariffs slapped by the US on the country's exports. And most importantly, the IMF chief has given her reason. Kristalina Georgieva come out and said that India proved doubters wrong. And viewers, let's dwell a little bit more on why perhaps these numbers are looking so rosy for India. And let me give you a quick assessment. First of all, viewers, once again, consumption is up. UPI transactional values have risen 41.7% in FY25 compared to FY24 and now account for 84% of all retail digital payment volumes in India. This is very, very important. In March 2025 alone, UPI handled 18.3 billion transactions with value worth 24.77 lakh crore. Daily average was 590 million transactions. Strong FDI flows despite global challenges. So you have gross FDI flows that have risen by 12.5% year on year to US dollars 67.7 billion in April 2024, January 2025. India also moved up to 15th position in the UNCTAD FDI ranking list in 2024, showing global investor confidence. And of course, there is macroeconomic stability and resilience. Inflation is down. You know the numbers that have been doing the rounds. And thus, viewers, the doubters have been shown their place. And we are talking about the same ecosystem economists and political pessimists who once called India a dead economy. Rahul Gandhi, the LOP, in fact, agreed with an assessment born out of frustration made by US President Donald Trump. He said, quote, Indian economy is a dead economy. The entire world knows it, except Prime Minister and Finance Minister. I'm glad President Trump has stated a fact, unquote. Rahul Gandhi and the Congress ecosystem may be bearing down on the Modi government, and even for the sake of argument, if one conceded they had a point, despite the data, they must explain what they would have done differently had they been in office, viewers. Enough of people criticizing. How about solutions? And now let me give you some more hard facts, viewers. In fact, in the states ruled by the NDA bloc, those states are taking the worst beating, underperforming large NDA ruled states. Global investors are lining up, money is pouring in, but curiously, much of it is skipping India alliance or India blocked ruled states. What's scaring away capital from places like Tamil Nadu, Karnataka and West Bengal? Let me quickly give you an overview, viewers, and these are some hard facts. Foxconn, the big electronics giant, global giant, has contradicted claims by the Tamil Nadu government that it was planning any fresh, I'm underlining that word fresh, rupees 15,000 crore investment in Tamil Nadu. It had to come out with a clarification after the Stalin government there, the Stalin-led government there, seemed to suggest that this was the case. They made a false claim. So Foxconn, viewers, a foreign company, had to come out and suggest that, look, I think you've got the wrong end of the stick. Can you believe it, viewers? In Karnataka, Google set up a $15 billion AI hub in Vizag. It should have happened in Karnataka. But Andhra Pradesh, viewers, was the chosen destination. Skipped India's Silicon Valley, Bengaluru. That tells you that there is no confidence in states that are ruled either by the Congress, no confidence in Rahul Gandhi's guarantees. Now let's consider Bengal. Only 5.25 lakh new companies have got registered nationally, out of which West Bengal's figure was just 25,000. So out of 5.5 lakh new companies across India, West Bengal's figure is just 25,000 viewers. West Bengal, in other words, attracted only 4.76% of all the new companies registered nationally. Why, viewers? If India bloc states are so well ruled and governed as it is claimed, then why this paltry number of companies registering there? From 2019 to 2025, West Bengal, 9th among major Indian states in attracting FDI. So all this time that Mamata Banerjee has been in power, her state has languished in the middle somewhere. Bengal has only attracted foreign direct investment of $663 million, viewers. That's the state of affairs in these India-ruled states, viewers. And the facts pose questions. Why is Foxconn denying Tamil Nadu's tall claims of fresh investment? Why did Google choose Andhra's Vizag over Bengaluru for its $15 billion AI hub? And why does Bengal, with all its lofty talk of reform, remain a laggard when it comes to FDI? Has the Modi model become the world's most bankable brand? And has the opposition's dead economy narrative collapsed now under its own weight of contradictions? These are some fundamental questions. Let's open this up. I'm going to keep it more political tonight, viewers, because it's in the realm of rhetoric that this debate is being conducted. The facts have become incidental, because if the facts were to take center stage, viewers, this dead economy raga would have been over and done with, buried long time back. So let me begin with you, Sanjay Jha, since you represent the Congress point of view, as sympathetic to the Congress party. I want to ask you, for a moment, let's concede that Rahul Gandhi is right. India is a dead economy, even though the data that I've just presented doesn't present that picture. In fact, it contradicts that claim. Why is it that the India bloc states, I'm sure you would want to then project an alternative model of governance. How is it that these India bloc states are not doing well? Why aren't people lining up to invest in them? How is it that India's Silicon Valley, Bengaluru, has been overlooked for one of the biggest FDI by any IT services company in this country? How did that happen? And therefore, I have to ask you, sir, are the real dead economies the ones that are being ruled by some of the India alliance states? I'm just being figurative here, please.
Rahul, good evening to you and to my fellow panelists. I have heard your very enthusiastic introduction to bashing the India alliance states. But let me tell you, when you discuss economics, unfortunately, rhetoric has a place, but data always wins the battle. So I'm going to give you some hard data, and I don't know what the other panelists are going to say, but I do know my facts pretty well.
Great.
Ask yourself, why have over 5,000 to 10,000 dollar millionaires of India, including entrepreneurs and industrialists, why have they left under the Narendra Modi government? If they were really so happy with the ease of doing business, they should be here, right? According to you, we are the big boom story, but they're leaving India. Why is it that the FDI that Narendra Modi used to tom-tom so much about, down by 98%, net FDI down by 98%? 98%. Even the overseas investor is disillusioned because they see the corruption, they see the abuse of power, they see how businesses are threatened left, right, and center. By the way, I hope you know that even in the gaming business, they overnight decided to change policy. That's ease of doing business under this government. Let me tell you the other truth. Jobs, that's one area, Rahul, where there can be no arguments. Even a TCS laid off 20,000 jobs the other day. We can keep cherry picking data and picking up one or two examples, but there is no model of Modi governance. Please don't be so charitable towards the Prime Minister. His model of governance and economics is nothing but crony capitalism. And it's a blatant crony capitalism. I don't want to even get into it. I don't want to embarrass anybody here. The other point that you should know, the GDP, and your viewers should know this, that Mr. Modi and the BJP go to town on GDP. For God's sake, we are the most populated country in the world. And a GDP is largely a function also of the population that you have. In per capita income, we are the embarrassing bottom amongst G20 countries.
Okay, can you tell me,
Sanjay
Sanjay, on that point?
1 minute.
How much is per capita GDP?
I'm just putting some data there and then we
One
can
second,
argue.
I'm asking you on this to clarify.
Yeah.
How much has PPP per capita grown in the last 5 years or the last 10 years? Can you tell me?
Rahul, I'm very happy you are asking me about purchasing power parity. I'll tell you why. Because under purchasing power parity, India was already number 3 during the time of Dr. Manmohan Singh as Prime Minister.
See now, viewers.
Okay. That's
How
my
can
simple
India be a
answer
dead
to you,
economy if it hasn't slipped?
Anyway,
if on this, I just wanted to prove there comes.
My last point.
No, 1 second. You see,
it was already big. Modi has done nothing.
1 second. So just
Modi
one
has
second.
done nothing.
1 second. Don't be in
us.
such a hurry.
Yeah.
Just 1 minute.
Ask the farmers.
See, viewers, a dead economy.
Ask the middle class.
1 second. A dead economy would be producing zero savings, would be producing no taxes. There'd be no income coming.
It's a figurative
to the exchequer.
Statement.
It's not figurative, sir. It's not figurative. These are facts. Now,
it's a dead
how do
means
you
below
measure?
potential.
How do you measure?
Dead means
how do you
below
measure
potential.
debt? No. It's not. Listen, please. Let's be. So when I asked you, tell me about
economy.
PPP. Tell me about the Gini coefficient. Tell me about the number of people who've been raised above poverty line. Hang on. Record numbers. I'm not saying it, viewers. International organizations, UN organizations are coming out and saying that India has moved more than 250 million people out of abject poverty, above the poverty. These are not my figures. These are not my figures. In fact, viewers, the number closer is 400 million. That's what it is. Anyhow, the fact is, viewers, I began by saying, you could concede that Modi could have done 10 times better. Perhaps he could have. I'm not saying he couldn't have. I'm saying he should have. But why is it that, viewers, and that's the question I was asking Sanjay Jha, why is it that the opposition ruled states have not been able to do well? Why aren't they producing that? No. Why aren't they?
You know the status of Tamil Nadu and Kerala.
Excuse me. Why aren't they producing a model?
Karnataka is still doing very well.
Why aren't they producing
so is Telangana.
Sir, why are you talking over me? I never talk to you.
No. Why are you misrepresenting
I'm
facts?
not misrepresenting any facts, sir.
You are.
I'm not misrepresenting any facts.
I have my data right.
The growth year on year, viewers, in all these opposition ruled states is very stable. It hasn't jumped. It hasn't leapt. And that's a fact. So I'm asking, why is it that these great states, why is Bengal where it is, viewers? Languishing on the bottom of most indices? If it is so well governed, why aren't business people flocking to it? And let me just tell you, viewers, here's some statistics, by the way, about economic migration from even the world's most developed economies. So, viewers, in America, 4,820 billionaires renounced their citizenship, moved their businesses de facto and moved themselves offshore.
This is happening in India as well. They're all leaving
So
India.
does that mean, sir, that the economy is a dead one? I mean, it doesn't.
America
I'll tell
is
you why,
trying.
viewers. Because some
Rahul
people,
Sivashankar,
because some
America is
people
trying.
are using. 1 second. Some people, viewers, are clever enough. They have the mobility to go to better tax regimes. Others are moving out because they are multi-locating their businesses, which is a fact, viewers. Today, you have more Indian companies expanding and opening overseas. These are facts. Now, hang on. I'm not going to sit here and monopolize anybody. I'm just trying to correct the picture here, viewers. I asked a specific question. Why is it that the other parties, the opposition parties, have not been able to provide us a solution by doing what they criticize, by practicing what they preach. Why isn't it happening there? Dr. Ranganathan, would you hazard a guess?
Yes.
Modi
Good
is a
evening, Rahul,
climate
and good evening
disaster.
to my fellow panelists. It's a wonderful question, but it needs to be divided in three parts, and all of them are important. Now, let me turn first to what Modi and India have done. As Minister Hardeep Puri said, it is not that Rahul Gandhi does not have a brain, it is that his brain is situated in the wrong part of his anatomy. 3 points. Number one, is he not aware that last year saw
Rahul, you should
independent
not
India's
approve
highest
such
ever GST
derogatory
collection,
and
$270
perverse
billion,
language on your show.
highest ever vehicle sales, 25 million, highest ever income taxpayers, 104 million, highest ever manufacturing PMI, 59.2, highest ever exports, 825 billion, highest ever jobs created, 46 million, highest ever forex reserves, 704 billion, highest ever Sensex, 85,900. Are these telltale signs of a dead economy? Number two, it gets even better. The economic growth is inclusive. Since 2014, our GDP per capita PPP inflation adjusted has doubled to 11,000 USDs. In 2014, inflation was 10%. Today it is 2%. In fact, today the figure has come out, it is 1.54%. In 2014, multidimensional poverty as a percentage of population was 29%. Today it is 11%. We have, Rahul, literally pulled 250 million people out of abject poverty in the last 7 years. And according to the World Bank, India is the fourth most equal country in the world. India's Gini coefficient, a metric for inequality, is at its lowest ever, 0.25. Furthermore, share per adult of pre-tax national income of the bottom 50% using data from Piketty has taken an upturn after it has reduced drastically during the UPA 3. But here is the thing. Can India become a dead economy? The answer sadly is yes, because it is Rahul Gandhi and his opposition cohorts who oppose each and every crucial reform that we desperately need to keep our economy from dying. Who opposed the farm laws, the land acquisition bill, privatization? If Rahul Gandhi had supported all these reforms, Indian economy would have grown at 10%. Finally, 30 seconds. To your question now. Why are BJP states faring well in economic investment? Let us take Gujarat, for example. It's very important. Vibrant Gujarat is now participated in by 140 countries with more than 40,000 participants. It has led to cumulative investment of 50 lakh crores. And you know the end result of this? Let me illustrate. It's very important. Gujarat now is ranked 1 as India's startup hub. More than 14,200 registered startups in Gujarat, 7% of all startups in the country. Gujarat is ranked 1 as the best governed state in a composite 58 indicator good governance index. Gujarat is ranked 1 in the ease of doing business. Over 3.5 million MSMEs are running in Gujarat. Gujarat is ranked 1 in energy and climate index. Gujarat is ranked 1 in green energy rooftop solar power generation, having 84% of all installations in India, with the state now having 1.7 million megawatt renewable energy projects. Gujarat is ranked 1 in the food safety index. Gujarat is ranked 1 as India's export hub, through which 30% of our total exports are facilitated. Gujarat is ranked 1 in export preparedness index 2021. And finally, Gujarat is ranked 1 in bagging most business projects, 14.7% of total projects. You may hate Modi, but at least don't hate the states that bring health and prosperity to India.
Well, viewers, fundamentally, let me tell you, multidimensional poverty that Dr. Ranganathan was talking about between 2013 and 2014 and 22 and 2023. So you're talking about a period of about 10 years. 24.82 crore people or 248 million people escaped multidimensional poverty, even though we were hit by two. One self-inflicted and one black swan event. By two events, viewers. One was demo and one, of course, was COVID. COVID, of course, was the most dangerous in more ways than one. Despite that, viewers, India's, and this is very important, real GDP per capita, which is adjusted to inflation, has gone up in 2010, or let's say 2014, it was at $1,550. Today, viewers, it is at $2,397, $2,400. And this is despite our population also having grown. That tells you something, viewers. These numbers are not goosed. These numbers are actual fact. It tells you that this economy is growing. That's why the IMF has given us a higher projected growth rate. The IMF, viewers, is not in our pocket. And therefore, let me bring in the Congress leader Sir, if you were to believe that governance creates a conducive investment climate, that's the axiom, isn't it? Everyone recognizes that governance creates the sentiment for people to invest. It creates that climate. Why are people like Kiran Majumdar-Shaw and the CEOs of certain other companies saying that the infrastructure in Bengaluru, Greater Bengaluru, generally across Karnataka now is no longer conducive to attract business? In fact, you have had the Nara Lokesh from Andhra Pradesh, top minister there, coming out and saying, if they are inefficient, referring to Karnataka, which is run by the Congress, if they're inefficient, what can I do? Clearly, Google has chosen us because we're doing a better job of creating that investment climate. How can you disprove this, sir?
Sir, can I answer?
Yeah, please, sir. That's what
Nara
we're here
Lokesh doesn't know anything. Yeah, Nara Lokesh doesn't know about Bangalore. What he knows 0%.
Right.
The first multinational company come to Bangalore, 1985, is Texas Instruments, which is not there in Bangalore. All multinational R&Ds are working. 450 multinational companies are working in Bangalore, including Microsoft, Google, and they are for all them. Bengaluru is the headquarter. Google, Amazon, Intel, NVIDIA, Oracle, and major other sectors also, industries, and even in aerospace, defense. See, Bangalore is the hub of multinational companies. No, see, of course, Bangalore is growing, we are growing, and we are the maximum. We are paying highest tax to the country's economy. That nobody can say no to that. Artificial intelligence hub, yes, it has.
Sir,
got,
can I ask you a question? Mr. Gowda, again on facts.
One second, sir. One second. Google headquarters is in outside America. Headquarters is here still in Bangalore only.
Yeah, but
They are
that same
operating from
Google,
Bangalore
sir,
only.
has not invested
They
in your
wanted to start-
state. A $15 billion, I'm sure, would have helped your
Sir,
state.
you please come and please visit, sir. Please come and visit Google office
I'm not
here
going
in
to come and
Bangalore.
visit, sir.
First
I mean,
visit
listen to me.
and say-
Can you listen, Mr.
See,
Gowda? It's not Rahul
450
Shivshankar who's saying it. It's Kiran
sir,
Majumdar-Shaw.
450
It is.
Sir,
Yes.
Sir, what I am telling you, Kiran Majumdar is an Indian company. Sir, 450 multinational companies are not raising their voice. She is the maximum benefit from Bangalore.
So she's lying.
And the Bangalore has given her back a lot of things.
Let me now give you some
And
statistics.
And Sudha Murthy has.
Okay,
one second. Sudha Murthy. Madam Sudha Murthy invested for infrastructure from their CSR fund. She has not paid one single rupee.
Which is the number one, excuse me, most congested city in India, in fact in the world, sir. It's in the top 5 in the world where traffic moves the slowest. Can you tell me, sir, which one it is?
Sir, of
Rahul,
course
you're
we
being
need
so
to
unfair to
develop
him.
the infrastructure.
Of course,
And
we
I'm
need to
telling
develop
you,
the
world's
infrastructure,
best.
viewers, is now the response.
Whether
3 years, viewers, 3 years the Congress has been in power. 3 years back it was saying that they are going to change the face of Bengaluru. And let me tell you, viewers, between October 2019,
Bangalore produces most of the knowledgeable persons.
I understand, sir.
and
Most
more than
knowledgeable persons. I'm not denying it, sir. I'm sure it does.
Engineers every
Rahul,
year.
I need to come in here.
Every year,
Okay.
see,
Rahul,
you
yes,
should
Rahul,
you should
Yes, yes.
clap. You should clap for our effort.
Right,
Bangalore
sir.
effort.
I'm not sitting here to
450
clap for anybody. It is the
companies are working,
electors, sir, who will clap for you in the next
Not
3
for
years
us, not
or in the
for
next
me.
2 years. So
To
one
the-
second,
not
Mr.
to-
Gowda, one
to
second, one
Bangalore.
second.
5 seconds.
Okay, yes, Dr. Ranganathan wants to come in. Okay, let's keep
this.
this democratic, sir. You made a long point. You've said that you are doing a fantastic job. Yes.
Rahul, I respect Mr. Gowda is very erudite, but please, I cannot allow a Bangalorean, although I'm not a Bangalorean, but a proud Bangalorean, Miss Kiran Mazumdar Shaw's name and her company to be sullied as such. The panelist says that not a single penny has been paid by CSR. This is such a lie and a fabrication. From 2019 to 24, Kiran Mazumdar Shah has paid over 60 crores in CSR, her Biocon. And not just that. The fact of the matter is, Biocon Foundation has screened 1.5 million for oral cancer since 2011. Built 50 plus school facilities
develop the infrastructure
and
of
powered
Bangalore.
100,000 roads. Please don't interrupt.
CSR, to
Please,
whom she has paid?
These are bad manners.
Is she
When
paid
you are
for the
lying, I
Bangalore
caught out your
infrastructure?
lie.
Like
I caught
Sudhamurthy?
out your
Sir,
lie.
does she
Please
not
do
pay her taxes?
Like Sudhamurthy?
Does she not pay her taxes? Does she not pay her taxes?
CSR,
Anybody who
CSR, I'm talking
criticizes
about.
Congress will either be
That is-
suspended or be
Sir,
sullied.
like her 450
You had to
MNC
ask
companies also
Azim
paying.
Premji to
Not only
open
she-
his campus to allow traffic
I know.
through because you could not
Azim-
accommodate the traffic because you have not built the infrastructure to carry that traffic. And Azim Premji turned around and said, nothing doing. Chief
For a
Minister, sir.
temporary-
Yes, let me
temporary
just
period
bring in
of
Surbi
time.
Hodigere.
For a
Viewers,
temporary period of
viewers,
time,
the
we have
numbers,
requested him
look,
to
you can
allow
all
the
protest
traffic.
here.
We only
You can
given
all
him the-
protest. I'll just show you
we
another
only
graph,
gave-
viewers.
we
Here
only
it
given
is.
him the land.
Here is a
Government
graph
only
which
gave the
shows
land.
you the direction in which, this is the blue line, viewers, and it shows you the direction. This is the blue line, and it shows you the direction in which FDI in Karnataka is going, downwards. Maharashtra, viewers, for 5 years, between 2015 and 2025, was the #1 destination for FDI in this country. A neighboring state. Yes, Surbi Hodigere, would you like to respond?
The problem to this entire conversation is precisely how the Congress spokesperson started off his comments. He said that Nara Lokesh does not know anything about what he's talking about. That is precisely the same sentiment that has been applied on Kiran Mazumdar Shaw today. When she complained that the roads are bad, like every other citizen in Bengaluru has been saying again and again and again through this entire monsoon, she was told, stop complaining. You don't know what you're talking about. And then told that you should be the one fixing the problem. Why do we have a government? Why do we have representatives if the technocrats and the technologists have to come onto the road and fix the potholes? What is your, and let me be very clear to the Congress spokesperson, to the Congress leader over here. Bengaluru has grown in spite of government being active or not. Bengaluru's success is not your success. You are putting roadblocks in the success of Bengaluru. That mindset that we don't need them, we are not going to talk to them, we are not going to have a conversation.
BJP was there. When
Please,
BJP
well, let
was
me
there.
complete,
In
sir.
America, the people used to call.
The same
it's a-
industrialists
what
were
Bangalore-
invited to a
Bangalore was called when
conversation
you were
with the
times.
BJP.
You
You do
and
not
we
even
are
converse
here,
with them.
we are
Okay,
here
there's no point
to
shouting
support
over each other,
everybody.
lower
We are
everyone's
here to
status. Viewers,
support.
at the end of the day, you have to follow the money. Money tells you a lot, the direction of flow. In a high-stakes battle for Google, viewers, Google, ironically headquartered in Bengaluru, decides that when it wants to build its new age business, it's not going to consider Karnataka. Why wouldn't it do that, viewers, if its own headquarters are in Karnataka, in Bengaluru? Why wouldn't it? Simple, viewers, because it doesn't have confidence in the governance story. That's why it's gone across. Now, you can't sit here, this is not an Adani, Ambani, this, that, the other, so you can't sit here and say there's cronyism. So what are you going to say, viewers? Nothing. You're going to say Nara Lokesh doesn't know what he's talking about. Fundamentally, there's a problem, viewers. The opposition rule states could have thrown up one Shanghai, one Beijing, one Tokyo, and we would have all said, wow, here's a reason to vote for the opposition. In 11 years, viewers, the opposition has not won the national level election. It tells you something. Follow the vote, follow the money. I move on, viewers, because there is a very important